compared to your childhood?
Well, I feel now that my life is a great deal more structured than it was as a child, because I had an awful lot of free time when I was a child. I could do just whatever I wanted to do, and I didn't have any responsibilities. But I also feel that my life is a lot stronger as a family now, because when I was growing up, we didn't have a very strong family.
What do you like to do in your free time now, and what did you like to do as a kid?
In my free time now, I like to play golf and to hear choirs and musical instrumentals, concerts and things like that. We love to travel our RV. We do that a lot each year. When I was a child, the things I did mostly were ride my bicycle all over the place and play ball, basketball and baseball, and ran around with my neighborhood friends. We played a lot in the alleys behind our houses.
What's the best thing that's ever happened to you?
The best thing that's ever happened to me is learning that I've been saved through Jesus Christ, and that has changed my whole life, and that's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I think probably the best thing that could happen to anybody.
What are your best memories of your childhood?
My best childhood memories are probably the times I spent on the farm with my aunts and uncles during the summers. My mother worked, and when I was out of school, there was nobody really to take care of me, and so I frequently went over and spent time in Indiana with my aunts and uncles and on the farm, and that was a good time. And then I spent a lot of time down with my father on his farm in Kentucky as I got a little bit older.
What memories do you have of your parents?
Memories of my parents are not as strong as many young people might have had of their parents, but my parents were divorced. My father was a truck driver, and my mother was a stay-at-home mother. My father always wanted to move back down to the farm in Kentucky, and my mother didn't want to have anything to do with that, and that turned out to be a real problem for the two of them. My father left us. My parents, as I said, then got divorced, and we as a family struggled quite a bit. My mother was a very loving person who worked really hard to give us kids the best chance that she could, but she didn't have a whole lot of skills. She hadn't gone to high school, hadn't completed high school, and so she had to work at many jobs that paid just the lowest possible minimum wage. So we didn't have a lot of money, but my mother always did whatever she could for us.
If you could change one thing in your life, what would it be?
It would probably be the relationship among our family. As I said before, we didn't have a strong family. We had a lot of turmoil in our family, and because of that, we weren't very stable financially either, and so it was just a negative situation, and that's probably, if I could, that's the one thing that I would change in my life.
What's your favorite thing about your life now?
The favorite thing about my life now is probably the fact that we have a strong family, and that our members of our family get along together. They seem to enjoy being together. They do a lot of things together. They go to church together. They pray together. And it's really a wonderful thing to see that they're strong and loving and supportive of one another.